In a hut deep in the forest, 3 little pigs grew up under the shelter of their parents. As they had come of age, the piglets' loving parents encouraged them to start building their own houses. The 3 excited piglets had a nice farewell with their parents and then set off to explore new horizons. After a few days, they had found their new home, a beautiful place where they were going to build their houses. Make. The older piglet, too lazy to work, chose straw as the building material for his house. And in a matter of seconds, the hut was finished. Proud of his work, he went to bed to rest. The medium-sized piggy, being a big eater, preferred wood to make his new house. It wasn't many hours before he finished building it. When he finally finished, he quickly went to eat some tasty apples. The youngest of the little pigs was a hard worker, so he decided to build a house out of cement and concrete blocks. He knew it would take a long time to build it, but he was relieved to know that he would be more protected. After a whole day of hard work, his house was the strongest and most beautiful. Suddenly, out of nowhere, howls began to be heard coming from the forest. It wasn't long before the big bad wolf was very close to the houses of our friends, the 3 little pigs. With a lot of hunger in his being, the wolf approached the house of the eldest piggy and said, "Open your door for me. Or else. I'll blow hard and I'll blow your house down." The little pig, frightened, did not open the door. Then the wolf blew and blew until the house collapsed. Running like a flash and driven by fear, the little pig went to where his second brother lived and rushed into the wooden hut. The wolf tracked his trail until he found the cabin. He stood in front of the second house and shouted loudly, "Open the door for me. Or else. I'll blow hard and I'll blow your house down." But the medium-sized piglet did not open the door. Then the wolf blew and blew, and although the wood resisted much more than the straw, it finally succumbed to the wolf's incredible blowing. Scared to death, the 2 little pigs ran to the house of their third brother, the youngest one. The house of their third brother, the youngest of them all, and took refuge in the solid brick house. However, the wolf was very determined to eat them. He stood in front of the third house and shouted, "Open the door for me. Or else. I'll blow hard and I'll blow your house down. I'll blow your house down." To which the third little pig replied, "You can blow as much as you like, but I will never open my door for you." Then the wolf began to blow and blow and blow, but the house never moved. The little brick house was too strong and sturdy for the wolf's blowing to knock it down. Wolf's blows could knock it down. The wolf continued in his efforts until he ran out of air, and even though he was very tired, he continued to persevere in his blowing without giving up in frustration. It was then that he looked around the house to see if there was any place where he could sneak in. When he found no hole, he thought of climbing up to the roof and sneak up the chimney. He took a ladder to the place and climbed quickly up the chimney and finally entered the house. To his misfortune, the blindness that had allowed him to insist on eating the piglets did not allow him to notice that below the chimney there was a pot of boiling water. The wolf was burned and fled. The pigs never saw that ferocious wolf again. Thus, the 3 little pigs were able to live in peace. The 2 older brothers, the lazy one and the greedy one, understood that only hard work brings the best results. They didn't think twice about rebuilding their houses with brick blocks and lots of cement. And so, they never had any problems with each other ever again.